Well, I did it. I completed an entire coloring book. Yay! It only took, I think, let's see, I think it took 3 years. Obviously, I didn't color a continuous 3 years in this, but if you watch my completed pages for November, I did like a massive coloring through this. And so I wanted to show the entire book because I'm super excited that I finally completed one. So this is Enchanted Faces. This was one of a couple of books that got me started in my coloring adventure, and I'm excited to show it to you guys. So this is um, just a journey through everything. So when I first got started with coloring, I didn't know. You don't know what you don't know. And I bought another book and it wasn't working. So I bought this book and then I was like, whoa, it's because I found out it's paper. Paper does matter and it's the kind of paper, but it's also finding the materials that work on paper. Every paper is good. Every paper is bad. Just depends on what product that you use. So this was one that I did. It was Prismacolor and then my little Sioux colors. And you can see where the blending just has a really tough time. But again, it's like I've always said, if you look at it up close, yeah, maybe not so much. But if you look back far, it doesn't look half bad. Then it was funny because these little pages, I had done a photocopy. It's another book, sorry, another copy. And I started coloring in these. It was so fun to do the little itsy bitsy teeny ones with the microliners. So here's that. Everything in this book is either touch marker, Pentel pencil pop, or the Pentel glitter pop, Sioux color, or Prisma. Those are the products. So I'm not going to repeat them every time because we'll be here for like ever and ever. But I did like her eyes. I'm still trying to learn eyes. I know there's something that you do. You put dots or a spike or something like a little swoosh to make the eyes. I did like the moon. I thought that was cute. I'm going to bring us down just a little bit more. Hopefully you can see these better, but I don't want to cut you off either. Prismacolors, that's where I found out skin tones on here. That's really hard, but I did have a good time with that one. I will say some of these with her, oh, whoops, some of these are kind of hard. You never know what you're coloring. Like, is this her? Is it there? This one, I really wanted to do pastels, and that was enjoyable to do that. I loved the green eyes. And then this one, I don't know which one it was that I first did that I found out that markers do better. Markers do better on this than pencils do. And so just had a really good time, did the blue, and then I took the sparkle pop and then just highlighted in that, did the sparkle pops there. So fun there. I loved the way the eyes came out there. It was kind of like mixed eyes. I love the eyelashes in these books. I'm trying to find a pen that works the best at that moment. So this was an early on one. You can tell it was, wow, again, they just don't blend well in here, but then found out, hey, I started it with the Prisma. And then as soon as I found out about the markers, I went in, but I didn't want to go and finish that one. I started to kind of practice on the eyes a little bit with the little dots. Don't know if I'm doing that right again. Anyway, that's on that one. This was my first page that I colored, and like I said before, it's a disaster. It's an absolute mess. But I still had a good time. I finished it. It's the pencils on this paper, not the best. Again, definitely pens are better suited for this. This one is just a good old page. Start practicing with your eyes. I think this may have been, I don't know if this was the first one that I learned markers work best. I can't remember now. This one, I think this was an early on too, not so early on, but this I had a good time with the markers, and that's when I truly found, okay, markers are definitely better. This was early on. I had got I wish I remember what they are. They're these watercolors that are metallic watercolors. And I thought, oh, let's see. and you can see it, but it wrinkled up the pages. And so I didn't really use them again, but I did love the effect. I don't know if it's coming up on the camera, but I loved the effect that it was giving to the hair. And then I loved the green eyes. I did kind of a little sparkle in there too. Again, don't know if it's coming up on camera, but it was fun to do that. Just fun to experience different things in each book. This was an early one too. I was doing Charisma, and that's when I was like, oh, this is just not working in her face very well. I did find markers for her hair. And then I did finally find Copics for the skin. That works so much better. I mean, it works a lot better. This one, I like this one. All of this is pen, and I had a good time. I don't know what happened there. Something must have bled through. I'm not entirely sure, but had fun doing the eyes. Apparently I'm really into eyes because I keep going to the eyes and her eyelashes. I love the little cherry blossom and the little panda. So cute. This one is an old one because everything is the Prisma pencils. I was doing everything I could to get these colors to blend, and they just would not blend. Just would not blend. But I still like it. I still think it's fun, and it's just fun to see how we just change and evolve, and we find products that work best for each of our books. This one was an early on one, and I didn't know, it's like, what's this and what's this? And so this one, it's a little bit of a hot mess. Again, it was, oh, I found pencils, I found pens, trying to piece it all together. That was back in 23. So you can kind of tell changing a little bit. I don't always date my pages. This is a newer one that I did. I'm just using, well, except for the eyelash or eyebrow, my gosh. I forgot my words. For the makeup, the eyeshadow, I'm still using colored pencils, the Prisma, for that because that tends to work better. Everything here is pens and then just that little bit there. Had a fun time doing the eyes. I didn't finish her eyelashes. I'm just now realizing I didn't finish that. So it's not really a finished page, but it looked finished to me. This one, I had fun doing this. It's still a mix of everything. I love her eyes. I love the little bees. And it was fun to be able to complete that one. This one, oh my goodness gracious. I love this one. This is every Nixie's dream. So for all the Nixies and the sirens and all mermaids all over the place, I love the way the hair came out. I love the way her eyes, I don't know if that's focusing very well or not, but I love the eye color. I want to do more eye color that side. And I loved, the Prismas actually didn't do half bad on this. They really didn't do too shabby in getting that, but man, did I have to put some serious pressure on that. But I would have to say this is probably my favorite one just because I love the color combination. I love the hair. I love the glitter. I love the eyes. I love everything about this page. And then this one, I like the color combination on this one. Again, it's the bright colors. I loved doing kind of like for a mermaid page, rain. It's not very often that you get to do rain in a mermaid page. I love her eyes. Love the color combination. And then that one, I love this. Whatever this color is, I just absolutely love it. I don't know. I did a swatching of Crayolas, and I don't know if this would be considered the cadet blue or the cornflower blue. That's not the marker that I used for it, but I love that color. I've been a big fan of that here in the last month or so. Oh, sorry, did not mean to hit you guys. I did the little glitter on that one. This is fun. I loved having just kind of a different color. And this is what's fun about her books, is that you can do every and any color of hair that you want. I love this one. Like I said, in my completed pages, I love the Wizard of Oz kind of throwback. I love kind of doing the dark with the light backgrounds right now, so it's fun to do those. I really got on that kick of doing the lighter ocean with the darker bubbles. I love, 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 love the brightness of her hair. I love her eyes. I love her little tattoo. I love everything. Just super cute. This one is all, again, pencils except for her lip. This one's really cool because at night sometimes, like, it shows, it almost goes very fluorescent-y. So I did all that. I love that. Love the way that looks. And then this one is an older one, Prisma. And this one's actually not too bad. It blended a little better, but not, totally great, but it's not bad either. It's still a fun color. Still a super fun color. I think this was the one. This must have been the one that when I started with, and then I was like, something's wrong. And I think this was the one that got me started using, because you can tell where it's kind of streaky, but I love the way her eyes, I love green eyes with kind of that pink eyeshadow. That is just my favorite. And I didn't mean to do this where her eyeshadow was the color of the eyes and the skin of her dragon was the color of her eyes, but it worked out really well. So that's a fun page. This one, very subdued, but I like it a lot. It was easy to do that. This is, I've got a pen that does these eyelashes so beautifully, but it's a very old pen and you can't find them anymore. So I'm like, I'm going to be bummed someday when it is finally, I don't know how it keeps going, but it does. Did a little bit of glitter on the lips. I like that one. That was cute. Yeah, this one, it was too many colors, too much going on, but I finished it and it looked okay. Again, it was just learning how to make all of these work. And sometimes you get sometimes you have a hit and sometimes you have a miss. I love my little Red Riding Hood. Her little dress doesn't come out very well on camera, but it's a very light blue. I love her eyes. And of course, I love the red in her cape. This one still was using pencils at this time. It's not bad. It's not bad. Not great as far as the skin. Again, when I found the Copics, that's when, like, I don't think, I'm trying to remember when. Yeah, I tried using another pen here. It just did not. I'm not sure what happened to her. She just looks like she looks like she ate too many Cheetos. But her hair, I liked it. Wish it would have blended a little better, but that's okay. I think it looks really pretty. This one is all Prisma, and you can see how, again, it's just that blending, but I still think it's fun. I mean, I don't think it has to be picture perfect all the time, meaning like seeing a little bit of white, I don't think is a bad thing. My bold markers, had fun with that one. Really liked the brightness of it and I did do the Prisma background on that. And I do think having your colored pencils mixed with pen is a good thing. I think it's great to have all pencil. I think it's great to have all pen. I think it's good to do the mixed media also. And it just makes it for an enjoyable color. And then this one, again, this one's all pen with sparkle pops. And the lion, I really wanted it to be a snow tiger. I did the best I can. Coloring white is kind of hard, especially when you're white on white paper. Love her eyes. And it was just fun. A good color. This one is kind of my flashback to the 80s. I love the color. I kind of like that. That sweep of the hair. I love the eyelashes on that. I don't know if that picks up or not, but I love that glitter off of her eyelashes. I think it looks really pretty. And I love the gray, kind of that gray brown color of her eyes. And I like this one, little dragon. This one's just straight pencil or straight colored pen or markers. And the only sparkle is just here. But I like that. Sometimes I like just a very, I don't know if flat is the best thing, but I like the flatness that it looks without adding a whole lot of pop. But then sometimes I want all the pop. I want all the glitter. This one this one is super fun. This one kind of glows in the dark. Like it was at Halloween time and I was flipping through this and we had a black light on and all of this glowed and I was like, whoa, that's crazy. But it was super fun. This came from the Sioux color. So it's here, here, and here, and also the starfish. Her eyes, I love her hair. I think her eyes and her hair look so pretty. So that was a fun one. This one was a nod to fall, trying to practice with my fall colors and trying to get those down a little better. The pumpkin's a little on the bright side, but not bad. I like it. And then this is a more recent one. Again, the lighter color for the ocean with the darker bubbles. I love her eyes. There's some sparkle. The Pentel pops are in there. This one, I'm not a big fan of that color combination, though my husband absolutely loves this color. It's not necessarily my big color, but he loved the color. I loved how the hair, I was able to kind of shadow better, even though I was having a hard time blending. And then I love her little wings. A little bit of sparkle there. This is the page that this is probably the most, I've probably showed this page more than anything else out there. I'd struggled with this page. I'd burnt the glitter. I was having a rough time, couldn't figure out colors. I didn't think I call it, your whips, your wonderings, and your wrecking ball. I was going to just say, throw it away. Don't ever touch it again. But I went ahead and finished it out and it's okay. I had a fun time. It was exciting to get that one complete. I love this one. I love the color combinations. Again, I love the gray eyes. I love the black hair. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I did the feathers in the blue glitter and then picked up the kind of like the little feathers here and the little dots. So I like that. I love her eyelashes too. And that one is super bright. I know this is supposed to be her skin, but I wanted to pick up the colors from her tail and her scales. So this from here and then these colors pulling over there. And I wanted her to kind of have like gloves that aren't really gloves. I guess it would be more like, what are those? Oh, leg warmers. They're her arm warmers. And then I really like this one. I really enjoyed doing the gray hair, the sparkle, and then her eyes. Really loved. I love, again, that pink and that green. That's my favorite. I go to that a lot. At least that's what I've been noticing. I go to that a lot. This is when I was trying to figure out how to use some of the pens I had. Oh, it was horrible on her poor skin. But it's still fun to look back and see where I went from. This one was just, again, all pencils. Not bad. Again, when you go to do it, sometimes you just have a look in mind. So I love that one. Early one, where the skin, and then learning with the hair again. I love the little fish. I don't know if I would pick these colors again, or so many. Like, they're kind of harsh colors together, though I still think they work. This one I think is still kind of cute. I love the hair. I love the little corset. I love the little aviator glasses. Very, very sassy little page. And then this one, I love the hair. I love her eyes. I love the fish. Super fun page. And then this one was all Prisma except for some of these glitter in here. They were the Sioux colors. Practice with her eyes. Love the eyes. And that's it. That is the finished book for Enchanted Faces by Hannah Lynn. And no sooner had I finished it that I bought it. I bought it again. This time I bought it in a PDF, and I am really looking forward to trying it on paper that's a little bit different. The first couple of pages, it's kind of slick paper, and then the copy shop was having problems with their paper, and then they did it on cardstock. So it's going to be interesting to see the difference between the slicker paper and then the cardstock paper. But it's funny that as soon as I finished this, I went and bought this back again. And it's just because it's a fun color. And now that I can use markers, I know how to do that a little better. But I want to see with the better paper, can you use pencils? So anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you for coming down this trail with me on my first completed coloring book. I would be curious to know, have you completed a coloring book? And if you did, what's the most recent one? What was your first one? And if you haven't completed, what do you hope your next completed, or what's the coloring book you hope to complete? Until next time, guys, thanks so much. Bye-bye.